What is that? What the fuck is that?
I absolutely have to play Valor Mortis, if only for the Napoleonic team, even when it's alternate history, since the main character William Dowsett entered the service of the French Empire in mid-February 1817, but I don't care about that at all. The authors are on the same wavelength as me, and that's what matters.
Get up, soldier. Scrub the bloody muck from your eyes.
Ugh, give me a sec.
For the love of the Empire, get up!
And I really hope this is just a placeholder. What the hell? I'm just waking up in the middle of a pile of dead French soldiers, so it seems it didn't work out so well after all. Not to mention that mysterious plague that has struck this world. William seems to be immune to it, which definitely can't be said about my former comrades in arms. The most important thing has to be said right in the first sentence. This is Dark Souls from the first-person perspective. No, scratch that. This is Sekiro from the first-person perspective. Because here too, if you want to play in any sensible way, you have to learn very quickly how to block enemy attacks. But otherwise, definitely a Souls-like. Enemies respawn, you get something like souls for killing them, you replenish your health with a flask with a limited number of uses, and instead of bonfires there's a lantern, where you level up. Or travel. And as soon as I leave it, the world around me has reset. But I won't lie, when I picked up the first special ability, I couldn't help but ask the logical question, is this going to be a Bioshock 2?
Light up foes to 1,000 degrees. Warning, fire spread.
In any case, both available chapters clearly showed me that if you don't learn to block or parry attacks properly, you are going to have a very bad time.
You're gonna have a bad time.
Of course, technically speaking, you can literally grind through it without them, but honestly, you will be depriving yourself of both the great animations, and I have to praise the fact that each weapon has different ones, and the great feeling when you parry an enemy's attack and then land a decisive critical hit yourself. Although, in my case, the odds are pretty heavily stacked against them. Well, I'm not really good at this at all. I have to very much praise the enemy design. Most of them are clearly inspired by the various components of the Grande Armée, from ordinary infantrymen through cavalry to grenadiers, all the way to the Imperial Guard. And I have to admit that some variants already look ferociously.
What's that thing?
Including the bosses.
What the bloody hell is that?
As for weapons, you can try out 2 melee weapons, a saber and rapier, and 2 firearms, a pistol and a musket. I've tried all of them and they seem totally fine to me, though I'd like to make one small comment. The revolvers seem way too modern to me, and above all, the way William loads the musket is pretty outlandish. While I would totally buy it in case of the enemies, the main character just snaps something into place and it's ready. If he had a rifle about 60 years more modern in his hands, okay, but a Fusil model 1777, I'd really love to see that, but I know, that's just my history-loving side speaking out.
It's time for another good idea, bad idea. Good idea. Bad idea.
I already mentioned that the demo offers 2 chapters right off the bat, which is a credit to the developers. The first chapter of the game, which is essentially a tutorial on the battlefield, and then chapter 7, when they rightly warn, hey, watch out, there's some spoilers here. They are absolutely right, so I'll keep the details to myself, even though I know so little so far that it didn't really tell me much. But it did give me some basic idea of where the story is heading. Generally, the chapters will apparently always be structured the same way. You will go from point A to B, where a 2-phase boss fight will be waiting for you, except in the second... Actually, who cares, never mind. In the second one there's way more jumping and parkour, and since it's all obviously strictly scripted and animated rather than up to the player, I'm afraid that seeing yourself swinging on the stupid branch for the 70th time will start to get on your nerves. After 3.5 hours of playing, since I got stuck on both bosses, I'd say Valor Mortis looks good, even though it crashed to the desktop on me about 4 times because Unreal Engine bullshit. Anyway, this Napoleonic Soulslike game looks more than promising at first glance, and I'm curious to see what other weapons, but mainly abilities, are in store for us in the coming chapters. As I've said before, I have a soft spot for this era of human history, and the developers have made the most of it. And even though every enemy will be able to kick my ass, I'm going to dive right in. I can't wait!
Je peux vous le rendre, Seigneur, Seigneur, car avec les soldats, oui, les toreros peuvent s'entendre, pour plaisir,